Hey guys, it's the last week of October. Can you believe it? So, what does that mean? That means it's time for some end of the month lame humor for October. So, a little disclaimer first. The following material is very lame humor and it's not appropriate for people age 12 or older. So, just as long as you understand that, we can get going. All of you know Ingrid, who's our marketing coordinator and will be doing our personalization project. And you may not know, Ingrid is from Hungary. So I have a Halloween joke from Hungary. So what do Hungarians cook for Halloween? Goulash. 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 What music do mummies like listening to on Halloween? That would be rap music, of course. Just a thought, if you want to be something for Halloween that'll really scare people, dress up as a cell phone with 2% battery remaining. That will scare some people for sure. Now, what does a skeleton always bring to a potluck dinner? That would be spare ribs. Spare ribs. Yep. And what's Dracula's favorite fruit? Nectarine. Of course. Now, what do you call a haunted chicken? A haunted chicken. That would be a poultrygeist. I know it's really bad, isn't it? What do you call a dancing ghost? That would be Pocahontas. Pocahontas. Yes, dancing ghost. Now, what question do ghosts always ask each other? They ask, "Do you believe in people?" That's right. That's what they ask. And where are the werewolves' cousins? Where would you find those? Well, you've got the what wolves, the who wolves, and the when wolves are all cousins of the werewolves. What do you call spiders when they get married? Those would be called newlyweds for spiders. Yep. I want to take a minute because Terry actually had asked me about Ernie, my cousin. A lot of you know Ernie, and Ernie's always getting in trouble either with the law or with his wife. And I just wanted to give you some samples of some of the types of arguments they get into because it's really a shame, but he just can't help himself. So, for example, they were watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They were in bed watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, just relaxing. And about halfway through the show, Ernie, feeling romantic, asks his wife if she'd like to be intimate. And she says no. And he says, "Is that your final answer?" And she said, "Yes, final answer, no." So Ernie says, "Well, then I'd like to call a friend." And that's when the fight started right there. Also, they went through just a normal, chores, that type of thing. She was in charge of mowing the grass, and the lawnmower broke. And so Ernie kept putting it off, delaying getting the lawnmower fixed, and she kept giving him hints and asking him to get it fixed. So finally, to make her point, one day she came home and she got out in the front yard and she started trimming the grass with a tiny pair of sewing scissors, which is, crazy. So he comes home from work and he sees her in the front yard with the tiny scissors trying to cut the grass. So he goes in the house and he comes back out with the toothbrush and he just says, "Well, when you get finished mowing the grass, I thought maybe you might want to sweep the driveway." And the doctor said he will walk, but he may have a limp for a while. And so he was trying to make it up to her, and he actually was being nice and asked her, "It's our anniversary coming up, and where would you like to go? Let's go someplace." And she said she was very happy about this because he didn't usually, wasn't that thoughtful usually. So she said, "I'd really like to go someplace I haven't been in a long time." And Ernie said, "Well, how about the kitchen?" So that's when the fight started again. So he's always getting in some sort of, argument with someone. Hey, here's a couple questions for you. What do you call a group of idiots? A group of idiots. That would be dim sum. A dim sum. International humor there. And a piece of research headline that I actually saw in the paper recently says, research has shown that homicide victims rarely talk to police. Can you imagine that? And to wrap it up today, I know Terry loves my Aggie jokes, and we're always getting requests for those. And so a guy walks into a bar and sits down, orders a drink, and asked the bartender to come over. And he said, would you like to hear a great Aggie joke? And the bartender says, well, I'm an Aggie, and those three guys sitting down at the end of the bar, those are also Aggies. And our bouncer that's back there at the back door, he's an Aggie as well. So are you sure you want to tell an Aggie joke in here? And the guy thinks about it for a minute, and he says, no way, I'm not going to explain it 5 times. So there you go, Terry, just for you. And we will see you guys soon. Take care. Have a great weekend and next week.